Just adjusting the camera angles. Move this up a little bit so we get everybody um, in the frame, and I'm ready to roll. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Um, we're going to broadcast this game between the Mets and the Yankees. We're at Yankee Stadium. It's June 12th, 2009. And it's a three-game series between the Mets and the Yankees. And have some fun playing APBA. I just got this 2009 set and put it all together. Um, yeah, I had to put all the teams, all the players into their proper team and so forth. And that's what we're going to be running through now. So I'm getting ready to start. It's Jabba Chamberlain. I don't know if you remember him. He started off as a Java rules guy, and he had limited pitches that he could throw, and it was a big to do. And anyway, he got a lot of attention because of that. And then it goes against Livan Hernandez, who was an I was going to say Dolphin, but Marlin pitcher. I think he pitched for them in the big World Series that they won in '97, I believe it was. And those are the pitchers that are going. They're both right-handers. Livan Hernandez is from Villa Clara, Cuba, and Chamberlain is a right-hander, 6'2" and 230 pounds. So he's a big guy. And we get started. So let's get our cup, our famous APBA cup, and it's Joey Cora, or I'm sorry, Alex Cora. Not Joey, but Alex Cora, and we're going to look at that. Alex Cora is a second shortstop, batting first for the Mets. Anderson Hernandez, he's an infielder, outfielder. He's playing left field. It's supposed to be another player, which I don't have because I ordered the extra players and the new player's name, or the player that's supposed to be there. I'll tell you what his name is. His name is yeah, I don't know. He's a guy who had about 100 at bats. I believe his name is Rodriguez. And I don't even see him in the extra players, so he may not come at all. Sullivan, Parnell, no. Doesn't seem like he's going to be part of this. I thought I saw him. I thought he went to another team, and I saw him somewhere. And I'm going to pull this up on the computer. I believe I have this game here. Let me see. Got all kinds of cards and stuff on the computer, so it doesn't really respond to when I ask it to do something. All right, 2009 American League. Let me see. I'm gonna find this guy. Just out of curiosity. Okay, Yankees at Washington, Senators, and then Mets of St. Louis, 2009 Tigers. All right, so I'm gonna have to search quickly. Now I know I'm killing some time here, and I hate to do that. Anyway, so Mets 2009 schedule. All right. And we're going to go to Baseball Almanac for that. That's 2009 Baseball Almanac schedule. And I should have had that up, but I was using my phone to pull up the actual, these are the actual lineups. And this is a game in June 12th. June 12th, let's see. All right, we're almost there. Let's see now. The guy's name was Martinez. Excuse me, Martinez. And Martinez, let's see if he went to another team. If he went to another team, because I thought I saw him somewhere I thought I would have access to him. And in 2009, he played with the Mets. He had 91 at bats, 16 hits, and there is no Martinez. Not even in the extra players. So I will not be able to get him unless I create his card using the online app. It's an online app where you can create any card you want, and I may have to do that just to, when I replay this series again, because I'm going to squeeze every ounce of investment that I have in this set. I'm going to play 1,000 times until the cards disintegrate in my hands. Get as much fun as possible. All right, so batting third is Beltran. So Hernandez is going to be covering for Fernando Martinez, who had 91 at bats that year for the Mets. So he plays basically a month. He plays in 30 games. So he batted 176 in 91 at bats, 29 games. But Hernandez played more of the season of the year, I guess, 123 games. So he's in there. He's covering for him. Beltran batting third. David Wright, good old David Wright in his prime, 307 batting average. Even though his home run numbers are down to 10 in 144 games and 535 at bats. So that's not really the kind of power. But he did swipe 27 bases. Ryan Church, an interesting guy, batted 273 and batted in the 270s multiple times in his career. Didn't last very long in the majors, but he did have a consistency aspect of him. Not a big power guy, but he did, even though the first year or the second year with the Mets, I can't remember which, he did hit 12 home runs in just a few at-bats. But he always seemed to bat in the 270s. I think he batted 276 like 3 times in a row. Gary Sheffield, don't need to say much about him. He had only 268 at-bats, 100 games for the Mets. Must have been hampered by injury. Had 10 home runs, 276 batting average. Danny Murphy, one of my favorite players, not a great defender. He's a 3 at first base. And he had 12 home runs and 508 at-bats, 266 average, not one of his best seasons, but a very consistent player as well and a contact guy. Brian Schneider is the catcher. He's an 8 with 3 home runs and 218 batting average. And ninth place batter is going to be Louis Castillo, second baseman, batted 302. Louis batted 302. How do you like that? All right. Okay, so here, let's get going. We rolled a 51. That's going to be an out against a C pitcher. And, oh, no, wait. Let's switch these around. Java should be at the bottom. He's a C pitcher. A W, a CW. What did I do with the rule book? Oh, here it is. And I just don't remember what a 9 is on a C, and a 9 is going to be a pop-up to the third baseman. And at third base for the Yanks is Rodriguez, so that's out number 1. And next is going to be Anderson Hernandez. That's a 36. That's a 33. And I believe a 33 is something very similar. 33, no, it's a pop-up. Actually, it's a strikeout because Chamberlain's a Y. That's a Y, strikeout. So out number 2, and it's Carlos Beltran. Beltran batted 325. What a season that is, huh? 325, pretty good. It's a 54. That's a fly ball to right field. The right fielder's Steve Swisher. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick Swisher. Steve Swisher, I believe, was his father. Nick Swisher. And he makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for Chamberlain. And it's going to be Levo Hernandez. That's his nickname, Levo. Or Livo, I don't know. Who knows? Here he is, Derek Jeter, a 9 according to APBA. I hear a lot of guys saying he was the worst fielding shortstop in the history of baseball kind. And APBA doesn't care. APBA says he's a 9. And you know what? APBA is God. So if APBA says he's a 9, and he's at the top of his game. And that's a 64, 23. A 23 against a B fielding Mets. A B for a 23, and that's going to be an error on a one base error on the center fielder. There you go. The center fielder for the Mets, hold on a second here, is a 3. And I believe that is a number that puts me 19 is third base, 22. I believe there's a rule that says that 23s, on a 23 you look at the actual fielder, and here it is. I'm going to show it to you. Oh no, nothing, not for 23. Look, if you look in the rule book, I don't know if you guys all know about this, but anyway, there's a special optional fielding ratings. I use these. Like if the fielder's a 1, you look in the 3 column regardless of what his team is. If he's a 2, you look at the 2, and if he's a 3. So, for example, Beltran is a 3. So that was an error on center field, but look, the numbers, 18, 19, and 20, you see it's 15, 16, and 17, not 21, 22, and 23. So these are the 3 that correspond. So 16s are usually a center field error or a misplay. And I would look at the best fielding column for a guy that's a 3, like a Beltran. So 23 is going to be an error by Beltran. And that's Jeter's going to be on base with an error, an E8, leading it off. Just misjudged the ball, and then it hit off his glove. All right, here's Steve Swisher, and that's a 14. It's going to be a walk. So runners on first and second. Runners on first and second. Next is going to be, oh, that was Nick Swisher, I'm sorry. But I'm calling him Steve Swisher. I've been doing that for years, so it's going to continually happen. 5-4, that's a fly ball to right. Right fielder for the Mets is a 2. Church, a guy named Church is out there. I don't know too much about him outside of that. He played 4 or 5 years in the league. But the runners on first and second, we're going to check and look at what that is. A fly ball to right. Church is a 2. See if this will give anybody. F on second moves to third. F on second moves to third, and at second is Jeter, and he's an F because I saw that. So Jeter's going to tag up, and the throw, not in time. It's a fly ball 8 for Teixeira. Mark Tex Teixeira. And A-Rod, in his prime, 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, 286 batting average, and only 444 bats. Has an on-base percentage of .402, slugging .500. So the guy is born in New York, New York. And that's where he's living it up right now. He's with, is it, not, I was going to say Madonna. No, it's the other one. Jessica, I don't know. He's with one of those big singers from the Bronx, Jenny from the Bronx. 23, that's a strikeout. So 2 away, first and second. And one of my favorite players of all time. And I'm still in mourning from the time he went to Seattle. The Yanks missed out on signing him because they offended him. I don't know what went on there. Robinson Cano, Robbie Cano, what a beautiful swing he has. Left-handed batter. Batted .340 in 2006, I believe. And he was batting in the 360s throughout most of the season, batting 9th in the lineup. Yeah. So anyway, Robbie Cano is up with the runners on first and third. And he's always very, very, very dangerous. 320 hitter. Or we could pitch to the 285 hitter with 22 home runs in Jorge Posada. But early, as early as it is in this game, I'm not going to be walking anybody, but rest assured that my man Cano comes up with the winning runs on base or the tying runs, and he's going to get a base on balls. That's a 16. So it's hit hard, but I believe it's right at the shortstop with runners on first and third. Pretty sure it's at the shortstop. The shortstop for the Mets is an 8. So that is in the middle of the road, and that's going to be a 28 is a 6 to yeah. It's a force out, 6-4 force out to end the inning. So that's out number 3. So the Yanks here leave 2. No score in the game. We go to top of the second. Robbie Cano had an opportunity there, but I'm glad for the game's sake that he didn't get a hold of one. The Yanks in 2009 make it all the way to World Series. Yes, they do. All right, here goes. David Wright. He retired last year, 61. That's a ground ball to short. Jeter up with it. One away. And it's Church. This guy's Ryan Church. Ryan Matthew Church, born in Santa Barbara, California. 31. That's a out, pop-up to the third baseman on the left side. Sheffield, Gary Sheffield, first at bat, 51. So that's going to be an out. Again, a pop-up, but this time we're going to push it to the first baseman, so we don't have so many pop-ups to the same player. That's 3 up, 3 down. So I got this really good deal on 2009 season. It didn't come with the extra players, and I'm a guy, I'm real anal like that way. I need to have all my extra players. I cannot function without my, because I like to do the historical lineups, and I cannot do them without the extra players. So I go nuts if I don't have all my extra players, and then I need guys that had like 3 at bats sometimes, and I go off and I won't play the game until I get that guy. Now I'm kind of being loosening up a little bit in my old age, loosening up and saying, you know what, I'm going to play this game. I'm just going to replace this guy and still have fun rolling, because I'm not going to wait a whole week. I want to play out by. I kind of put this team in order, and it took me about 3-4 hours. So I want to get some fun out of it. Here's George Posada, the pitch from Livan Hernandez. That's going to be second column, so that's a guarantee something, guarantee trouble, and that's a 36, and that's going to be double, rolls to the wall. So there you go, Posada with a double. He's standing at second, but he's a slow-footed guy, so he's not going to be really, he's going to take one base at a time. Matsui, Hideki Matsui hit 28 home runs at 274 average. Hideki Matsui. These cards that you can see were written in. He's got a lot of little codes and stuff. I mean, he's probably being held captive in a basement somewhere, and this is supposed to tell me, I'm supposed to read that, maybe a Morse code type thing saying, help me. I'm trapped in a basement, and the address is 74. He's got another little dot on 74. So anyway, all right, 62. It's a strikeout, so Matsui strikes out. That's the second strikeout and out number 1. And Milkman Cabrera. APBA gave him a 3. I don't remember this guy ever being a 3. I don't know. I remember watching him a 3. That's supposed to be like Willie Mays, man. Cabrera. Anyway, no comment. 53. That's a 15. Now in this case, a 15 is a 1. Okay, this is where you look at your fielder, and if he's a 1, so with a runner on second, a fielding 3 is a error on left field, the runner scores. So big error by on Hernandez, and that's going to score Posada. So it's an E7. Cabrera's on on an error by the left fielder, which allows Posada to score. No RBI there. And that's going to be Gardner. That's a 55. That's a 9. And that's going to be a base hit single, infield single for Gardner. To second goes Cabrera. Next is Jeter. Derek Jeter. There he is. He reached out an error in the first inning. That's a 14. That's fly ball to left field. Left fielder Hernandez. F7. Out number 2. And it's Nick Swisher. 41. That's a ground ball to short. And he flips it to the second baseman, Castillo, for out number 3. But the Yanks pick up a run on 1 hit. And going to the top of the 3rd inning, they lead it by a score of 1-0. Okay, it's going to be Daniel Murphy. That's a 62. That's a strikeout, so we're going to miss. So Java, it's his second strikeout of the game. 2. Now it's Brian Schneider. Schneider batted 218 with 3 home runs. 218 with 3 home runs. How annoying is this camera doing here? I'm trying to align it a little bit more. There we go. All right. 64. Schneider's a strikeout. Out number 2. And it's Castillo, Louis Castillo. Oh, it's an 11. That's a line drive base hit. Single for Castillo. He has a 7 there. Usually it's a 0. But not in this case. Like, look, if you look in Cora, it's 0. All right, Joey Cora. It's a 65. That's popped up. And with 1 out, that's going to be, with 2 outs. The runner on first, a 35, is a, out to the catcher, W. Oh, no, it's a walk. It's a walk because Job is a W. So first and second now with 2 outs. And you're going to get Hernandez, who made that error and allowed that Yankee run to score. Yankees leading at 1-0 here in the top of the third. First and second, it's Anderson Hernandez. Oh, 56. 34 with first and second. First, second, third, first and third, first and second. 34 is a pop-up. Third base. It's a lot of pop-ups to the third baseman. And that's it. But the Mets pick up a hit and leave 2, a walk. A walk and a hit, no runs. Go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Mark Teixeira, 63. It's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3, out number 1. A-Rod is 0 for 1. He struck out last time. 56. That's a walk. So A-Rod walks. Now it's Robinson Cano. Robbie Cano has a double at 33 and 22. 34. It's a fly ball, center field. Hustling after it is Beltran. Makes a nice running catch. Out number 2. So Cano is out. That's a 34. Another fly ball, but this is a high pop. And that's going to be, again, Beltran. Now, Beltran's a 3, but I think he's a 3 deservedly so, whereas Melky Cabrera, man, come on. There's no way. There's no way this guy's a 3. I don't know what you guys think, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe he is a 3, but I doubt it. All right, Beltran, 24. That's a strikeout. So Jabba. Strikeout number 4, out number 1. David Wright, rolling a lot of terrible numbers here. 64, strikeout. So the nice thing about APBA is you know most of 90% of what's going on. And now it's Ryan Church again. He popped up to the third baseman, 36. It's going to be a base on balls. We've got a runner at first base now in Gary Sheffield. 4 at 11. That's a 44. That's going to be a base hit, and that's going to get Church to third. First and third now with 2 outs. So the Mets have a little something going here, a little something brewing. And one of my favorite players, Daniel Murphy, Dan the Murph. The Murph man. Oh, it's an 8. But you know what? First and third, an 8 against a C pitcher. Come on, you guys know what that is. That's an out, man. That's painful. I remember that as a kid. Oh, man, I'd be like, no, it's first and third, no. My favorite hitter would get a hit, and it would be taken away. And first and third, listen to this. I think I'm wrong. What is it? 15 is an 8. Oh, wait, an 8? Yeah, fly out to center field. Boo. Boo, APBA. All right. Screwed me up there. My buddy Murphy had a chance to drive in a run. All right, moving along here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 1-0 Yankees. They scored on an error by the left fielder Hernandez, and that's a ground out to the second baseman. 12 is a 25. Next is Milkman, the Milkman. That's a fly ball to right field, a 32. 2 out. And Gardner's 1 for 1. 34, that's a fly ball center field. 3 up, 3 down. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 5th. It's going to be Schneider, the catcher. Schneider, the catcher. It's a 3-game series in Yankee Stadium in June 12th, 2009. Strikeout, that's number 6. Out number 1. Castillo, who singled in his first at bat in the 3rd. 1 for 1, that's a grounder at Jeter. Jeter over to Teixeira, 2 away. And with 2 out is Joey Cora, 57. 57 is a ground ball to 3rd. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 5th. The both starting pitchers are still in there. Derek Jeter. 35, that's a base hit. So Jeter's on with a single. And it's Nick Swisher. I always call him Steve Swisher because of his dad. That's fly ball, left field. Hernandez is there. Yeah, he uses 2 hands this time. Make sure he catches that. He made an error last time. Allowed the Yankees to score a run. 66, that's a 65. It's a pop-up. I don't remember what this is. It'll take me a few. With a runner on first, a 35 is foul for the catcher. So 2 away. And now it's A-Rod. A-Rod has some power numbers, man. Look at this. A 1 at 11, a 1 at 66, a 6 at 33. Oh, I thought that was it. And he swings through that one for a strikeout. And that's strikeout number 4, out number 3. So the Yanks leave 1 on, 1 hit here. No runs, no errors. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, 1 hit and no runs. We go top of the 6th. It's Hernandez, left fielder for the Mets. Anderson Hernandez. Say 16. That's a grounder to short. Jeter to his left. 1 away. Beltran. Beltran is 0 for 2. Flat out. Struck out. 65. That's popped up to the catcher. 2 out. And David Wright, 31. Is a 9. That's popped up now to the first baseman. Can't do it to the third baseman anymore. That's just way too many. And 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. APBA at its best. Moves. That's what everybody loves about this game. Double. Double for Cano. What was I telling you? I told you this guy's a monster. It's with the Mets now, man. Oh, be in heaven all season long watching Cano. I went to Houston to see Cano when he was with Seattle. I still got my Yankee Cano shirt that I wear around the house. He's going to be back with the Yanks someday. That's a 12. A 12 under a B, maybe a double play. I'm not sure if it's a fielder's choice. With a runner on... Oh, no, it's a runner on second. So a 12 is a strikeout. So Hernandez bears down and shows everybody, shows the crowd here at Yankee Stadium what he's made out of. Don't mess with him. And it's Hideki Matsui, Godzilla. He's a 274 batter, 274 the next guy. I was thinking of walking Matsui, but nah. That's a 31. That's a 14. That's a walk. So first and second. So the Livan Hernandez was extra careful. And that's a 56. And that's going to be a 34 with runners on first and second. Gotta look at the book for that. First and second. 34. Pop-up. And we're going to make it to the shortstop because it's the third baseman. Oh, but it hasn't happened on this team at all. So we're going to... There you go. It's only on the other team that's the third baseman's had so many pop-ups already. All right, Gardner was on first and second. 43, 29. That may be 29. First and second, 29. I think it's a grounder back to the pitcher, I believe. First and second, 29, and it is. It's a 1-3. So Hernandez makes a nice play. Flips it to the first baseman. And the Yanks strand two. One hit, one walk. No errors, no runs. And it's a 1-0 game. The only run scored on an error by Hernandez in left field. And now it's Church, Ryan Church. Here's the pitch from Java. Now Java has, it doesn't even say how many pitches he's allowed or when he's got to get pulled. I don't see that anywhere. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm letting him go for one more inning, I guess. It's a close game. 56. That's going to be a strikeout. So who's that? Church strikes out, and that's Java's 7th strikeout. Out number 1. Gary Sheffield. 56. That's another strikeout. Number 8. 2 out. And it's Danny Murphy, who doesn't strike out very much at all. It's a 24. That's a fly ball to right. 3 up, 3 down once again for the Mets. Bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th. Hernandez is still in there. You know what? He's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he was a 5. In the next inning, he would be a C. Now he's a B. So he's a B now. If they have the modified rules for pitching. So if you pitch 5 innings, you become a B. If you pitch 6 innings, you become a C, and so on. So he's a C pitcher, a B pitcher right now in the 7th inning. So it would have been a C here, and now he's a B against Jeter. 51, a B. That's going to be fly out to center field. 1 away. It's an out because he's a B pitcher now. Swisher, fly ball lifted to left. Hernandez with 2 hands makes the catch. Just like his dad taught him, with 2 hands, right? Funny story, funny anecdote. My son, I was, teaching him to play ball, and I said, hey, you know what? In the old days, we used to catch with 2 hands. Why don't you ever catch with 2 hands? And the day he did for the first time, he dropped the ball. First ball he ever dropped. How funny is that? And after that, he never ever caught the ball with 2 hands again. Anyway, 62, and that's a 41. What is that? Teixeira. Mets are a B. A 41 is first and second on error, so it's hit back to Hernandez, and Hernandez throws it over the first baseman's head, and Murph has to go chase it down. So it's a error on the pitcher, and that puts Teixeira at second base, E1. And now it's going to be Alex Rodriguez. A lot of Rodriguez and Hernandez in this game. All right, a 22. 22 with a runner on second. Under B, runner steals third, S holds second. So with Teixeira, a steal? I don't know. Let's see. Is he an S? No, he steals third, right? Steals, let me double check that. 22, he steals third. So this is mind-bending that Teixeira would steal third base, but hey, APBA says he stole third base, and APBA is God, right? 36, that's gonna be a walk. Oh boy, this guy's trouble right here. 14, fly ball high, fly ball left field for out number 3. So the Yanks leave 2, and no runs, no hits, 1 walk. And at the end of 7, 1-0 Mets. The only run scored in the bottom of the 2nd inning when Posada doubled and scored on an error by the left fielder Hernandez. All right, you know what? We're bringing you are going to see Mariano Rivera, who was voted into the Hall of Fame unanimously, the first player in history on every single ballot. Every single ballot had Mariano Rivera. Amazing ball player. So we're going to start off with Schneider, a righty. No, he bats lefty, a lefty, and then a switch hitter. So we're going to bring in Phil Koch. We're going to bring in Phil Koch. And the way we do it here is we do like that. And then I'm going to color it in. It's going to go to these two batters for sure. So Phil Koch is coming in for Java. And it's Brian Schneider, 55. Koch is a C. That's going to be a single. So Schneider, actually, you know what? I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how to use these numbers. The -12 and the, I don't know how to do that. I know it's a lefty versus a lefty. I know the first number is against lefty pitchers, and a minus is bad for the batter. So like I don't think he can get a hit against a lefty almost. I don't know how that works. But anyway, that's why I'm not going to use it right now. But I'll figure it out. Somebody will tell me. Somebody will, like, one of you guys will, like, write me and say, hey. All right, Castillo. So should we, you know what? I'm not a big bunt guy, and I'm not going to waste that. 23, it's a 26. It's going to be a fielder's choice. And now we have Cora, who is a lefty. So we're going to leave Phil Koch in there to face the lefty. 64, that's going to be a strikeout. That's going to be a strikeout, out number 2, strikeout number 1. And now it's going to be this guy, Anderson Hernandez. We're going to let him bat. That's a 13. And that's, he's an X and a Z. So that's going to be ball 2. Let's see if we can roll 13 again. And then he'll be out with a walk. A 22, and that's going to be an 8. Oh boy, that's going to be a single and runner to third. First and third, and a single for Hernandez. And that puts the tying run at third base with 2 outs. And guess who's coming in? We should have the music, his music, right? We got to have his music, man. The Sandman, Mo Rivera. The crowd at Yankee Stadium goes wild. 2009, a 176 ERA, 44 saves. Monster, monster, monster. Mo, A and C. Nobody can stop him. So he's going to come in, and we're going to make him in red because he's amazing. 2 outs. Runners on first and third. He screwed up the 2001 World Series. But don't remind me of that. That was depressing. And he's going to face the switch hitter, Beltran. Here's the pitch. Mariano Rivera on the mound. And Beltran's waiting for his cutter. That's a 55. That's an 8. So I'm going to have to look at what that's going to be right now. He's an A. He should go up a range. Instead of an AB and AC, he's an AB, because the first batter in the middle of an inning, you get an upgrade. So, runners on first and third. That makes it crazy because first and third throws me off. And we rolled an 8. An 8 against an 8 pitcher, first of all, is going to be a fly ball to right field. So, Mariano does his job. This is an ode to Mariano. And Beltran, disappointed with himself. And we go to bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th. Hernandez still in there for the Mets. 24 against Posada. That's a strikeout. And that's a strikeout number 6. Posada's 1 for 4 on the day. He hit that double and scored that Yankee only run. Matsui, 25. A 9. Remember, he's an A now. He's an A because he's pitched all these innings, I believe. So this makes him a C, a B, and now he's an A. So that's a, what did I say it was? A 25 is a 9 against an 8 pitcher, and that's going to be an out. A ground ball. Is 6-3, 2 out. And it's going to be Cabrera. Cabrera is 0 for 3. He reached on an error by the left fielder. That's going to be in the second column, so that's some kind of, that's going to be a double. So Cabrera strokes one into the gap, and chasing after is the center fielder Beltran, And Cabrera slides in under the tag at second base. Here's Gardner, and we're going to bring in a pitcher, a relief pitcher for, let's see, who did they use in this game? Let's see who they used in this game, just to kind of stay with the Mets used a guy named Switzer and Green, a guy named Sean Green. Who's up now? Gardner. Gardner is a lefty. Sean Green is a righty. So who else did they have that they used? Feliciano, lefty. All right, we can use Feliciano, I guess. I don't know if he's really with the team at this point because he plays in this game. Okay, great, perfect. All right, so he's going to come in for Levon with 2 outs, run around second. There you go. And we're going to pitch to Gardner. Get his card a little closer to the screen so you guys can see what's going on here. It's a 44. That's going to be a base on balls. So walk, runners on first and second. And now the always dangerous Derek Jeter, Clutch. His nickname is DJ Clutch. And that's an 11. Lives up to his name. That's going to be trouble. That's 1 run for sure. 62. It's going to be a double. And Gardner is a fast. So first and second with 2 out. He's probably going to score. It's going to be a first and second, a 6 against what was Feliciano's a beat pitcher. That doesn't matter. It's a 6. All runners score. That's on first, out. But it's Jeter's. That's on first. Gardner's on first, so he's going to score for sure. So this is how we're going to do that. Double, 2 RBIs. And Aranda scores Melky, Cabrera, and Gardner. So Jeter lives up to his name, the nickname we just gave him, Clutch. Clutch Jeter, or Mr. November. And it's Swisher, Steve Swisher. 15, it's a 9 with a runner on second against a B pitcher. That may be another hit. And it is single over second, runner scores. S out at home. Jeter's not an S, so single RBI single for Swisher. And it's Mark Teixeira. Mark Teixeira. This is trouble. 42. That's going to be a base on balls. But he's a Z. There's a runner on first. That's ball 2. 24. It's going to be a strikeout. Strikeout number 1 and out number 3. But the damage has been done. The Yanks pick up 3 big runs on 1, 2, 3 big hits here in the bottom of the 8th. And it's a 4-0 Yankee lead. We go to the top of the 9th. It's going to be Wright, Church, and Sheffield against Rivera. Now he has a 4-0 lead. So I guess we finish. I don't know if he gets a save because they were winning when he came in before. I'm not sure how that works. But since I'm the commissioner, that's a 9. That's going to be an out against an 8 pitcher. Bases empty. 9 is a ground ball to short. Jeter, 1 away. Church is 0 for 2 with a walk. So 21 is a 30. It's a fly to left. And finally, it's Sheffield. It's at 14. He's under it. Lifted high into the sky to left field. Sheffield for out number 3. Game is over. The Yanks over the Mets. Yanks over the Mets by a score of 4-0. A shutout for Chamberlain, Koch, and Rivera. So Koch is going to get a hold. Rivera is going to get I guess it's going to get a save because he came in a save situation and he did not give up the lead. I don't know. He wins 4-0, but I think he can still get a save. So that's what I'm going to call it. The win goes to Chamberlain and the loss goes to Livan Hernandez. And Livan Hernandez had Feliciano, who basically gave up a few runs there and put the game out of reach. For the Yanks, let's take a quick peek at two of the hitting uh, masters were. 2 hits for Jeter, big 2-run double, clutch. Who else? That's really it. Everybody else had just 1 hit. Nobody really had 2 hits outside of Jeter with a single in the 5th and a double in the 8th. Offensively for the Metsies, it's a hit for Hernandez, the left fielder. A hit for Sheffield in the 4th, and and a hit for Castillo in the top of the 3rd. And then Schneider had a hit leading off the top of the 8th as well. So that's all she wrote, guys. Thanks for stopping by and checking out Game 1 of this 3-game series replay from 2009, June 12, 13, and 14, between the Yanks and the Mets. So I'll talk to you guys soon. And thanks for stopping